Joy, you saw the game, you watched the game, you've kept up with Herbert's career since he was drafted. You were in a Chargers hype-up video last year, weren't you? Or was that a Browns hype-up video?
This year I was in a Ravens hype-up video.
Ravens?
Yes.
I was in a Chargers hype-up video for all the wrong reasons, for mocking Justin Herbert.
I was in a Browns. I was at the beginning of
Baker's.
Not a Browns. I'm sorry. A Baker hater video.
Yes. We've evaded hater videos so far.
I didn't appreciate it because at the time I was really backing Baker a lot, but it's fine. I've sold all my Baker stock, and I've been very right about that.
Should the Chargers, Joy, should they be worried about Herbert?
Yeah, I think that they should. Now, this was a really bad loss, and I think everyone's a little confused as to why they didn't take him out of the game once it got out of reach. But the bigger thing that's concerning me is that they can't rush the ball. They had 26 rushing yards. So you're asking him to throw the ball 45 times while he's dealing with this injury. If he's healthy enough to be out there, I don't have a problem with players playing through injury. Obviously, he's a tough guy. He wants to help them win. But I do think you reach a point of diminished return when you have certain players, particularly quarterbacks, playing through severe injuries. Is it better to allow them to rest, to get 100%, and count on your backup to go in there and keep you competitive for a game or two for the long run of the season? I don't know, because what the position that the Chargers are in, it doesn't look like that's the best situation. Now, they have the Texans next week. Obviously, the Texans can beat you just like anybody else can in the NFL, but they're not the best opponents. I mean, I don't know. I think it depends on really how he's feeling and if you feel like you're able to balance the offense more, because you don't want to be asking him as much from your young quarterback who's clearly dealing with a severe injury.
I think, like you, they should to some degree be worried about Herbert, but almost what you were alluding to, I think the Chargers should be worried about the Chargers.
Yeah.
Like, their hands are about to be tied in the worst way.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. If you are going to win with a quarterback, it needs to be when he's on his rookie deal. Justin Herbert is currently 16-19 as a starter, and he's cheap. By the end of this year, you're probably going to have to extend him, pay him somewhere around $200 million with somewhere around 150 or so guaranteed. So you are going to have to pay Justin Herbert, a quarterback with a losing record as a starter, in excess of $200 million, and you ain't got nothing out of him yet. It does not appear like the Chargers are about to go on to a dominant 12-6 type of season, 12-5 type of season, excuse me. So the Chargers really got to be worried about the Chargers because their hands are about to be tied. You ain't winning with Herbert, and you're going to have to pay him even more money, and you weren't winning with him when he was cheap. I'm worried about not just Herbert, but the Chargers. But, Shady, you're a big Herbert guy. Should the Chargers be worried about Herbert?
Yeah, they shouldn't worry about Herbert. I think he has to get healthy, but I'm with you. I'm worried about the Chargers. I mean, they're all banged up. Guys up front, on offense, and then on defense. Bosa, you put Khalil Mack with him and Bosa together to make some havoc in the backfield, and now he's hurt.
Yeah.
Keelan Allen, he hasn't played yet, right? And he's your best weapon on offense. So I'm more worried about just the team overall of getting healthy, man, and getting out there and playing. So it's not Herbert.
Do you expect from a quarterback him to be able to elevate guys? You played with Tom Brady during the year 2020. Y'all won the Super Bowl. Guys went out. Guys came in, guys went out. AB got hurt that year. An offensive lineman, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it was the right tackle, went down, came back in. Where do you hope that, obviously we can never compare somebody to Tom Brady, though people have tried to compare.
That's the rules.
People have tried to compare Herbert to Brady. What do you hope for Herbert to be able to elevate his guys in the midst of injury?
And I think he can elevate the players around him because he has a lot of talent, right? And he showed how tough he really is. Players, we loved it. I loved that all the time, to see my quarterback, show his toughness. But he doesn't have the experience yet. I think with Brady, that comes with his experience, right? Like, hey, having the ability to look, some of the guys banged up front, I'm going to the quick game, the whole game, right? I'm going to run the ball. I'm going to check plays out. He's still young. He's not there yet. So I don't want to put Herbert in that category with Tom Brady as far as just elevating the team, but he has a lot of talent, and eventually he will.
Dave, worried.
I got a lot more worried about Justin Herbert when I heard Rashawn Slater is probably out for the season.
Yeah.
That's another one, right?
This is a cursed franchise, man. I'm not worried about Justin Herbert, the guy. And elevating players, you're going to laugh at me because he's got a losing record, but, that's what he does. Again, how worried can I be about this guy when he can drift out of the pocket, get hit by a pass rusher, and still fire off a 50-yard corkscrew to Jalen Guyton? Jalen Guyton, undrafted free agent, former Cowboy. He does that type of stuff already. So I'm not worried about Justin Herbert being able to perform. I'm not, but I am worried about the Chargers, and it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating because they should be better. Maybe, I'm kidding, but I'm not. Like, maybe they just need to drift out of the spotlight. I feel like they always, like, they pick things up when we're not paying attention. I'm serious.
What dilemma?
Play an anonymity for a little while.
What dilemma will the Chargers be in, not if, but when they pay Justin Herbert $250 million and they still haven't won? What dilemma might they be in?
I think that is the biggest dilemma in the NFL, and it fuels most of the conversation about quarterbacks. It's like, well, we can't win with him when he's cheap. What are we going to do when he's expensive? Give me a guy who's 6'5", who can move like him, who has an arm like him. And if the team builders and the decision makers are doing their job, you should be able to find a way to make it work. He's way too talented for the Chargers to not be better.
I hear you.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.